Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's episode of Trying to Defend Tinubu, I've always maintained that the hardest job that you will have in Nigeria right now is trying to defend the current administration. Like, you will keep making yourself a laughing stock. You wouldn't even know until you come out maybe to watch the video yourself. And trust me, when you are doing it with someone like Rufai or Oseni of Arise TV, hey, you're about to make a mess of yourself. This man, this particular interview that I'm about to show you, this man, he didn't even know when he started siding with the opposition. Like, Rufai drilled him to the extent that he started siding the opposition without him even knowing it. Rufai will make you a fool of yourself. I am telling you. Before I waste any of your time, because I know that you people don't like me talking too much, let's get to the video.
Mr. Farouk, good to see you again. Mr. Farouk, promises are very sacred, right? Especially when it's made by people, politicians. President Tinubu has fulfilled exactly 11 out of 53 tracked promises. That's about 20.8% fulfillment rate 3 years into his term. President Tinubu didn't need to make this promise. Hope you know that. It came from him. So the things he promised Nigeria, out of 53 tracked promises, he's only fulfilled 11. 20% in the last 3 years. So if a man promises you something, and out of 100% of the promise, he can only fulfill 20% of his own promise, has the man not failed himself with his promises?
Well, it's subjective because these things, government is work in progress. And let me also make one confession. Sometimes when you're in opposition, there are certain assumptions you make. By the time you get into the office, when the truth glare at you, you know that, look, certain promises you made cannot be fulfilled. So that's it. And in fact, this goes with virtually every government. You promise certain things based on certain assumptions, but then when you get into the seat, now you realize that it's probably certain decisions taken by successive governments, government before you, they had their reasons for doing that. These are some of the challenges of politicians as well.
So, Mr. Farouk, why do you then deceive them with a promise when you have not done your study before you make the promise?
Deceit.
You didn't. No, hang on a minute. It becomes. See, if you are saying that there are things that when you get to the government you discover that you are hazy about, it's best not even making the promise. And that's why I deliberately said these were promises by President. He might choose not to have made it. We will not hold him accountable by him. But he decided to make the promise by not checking those things. And you say when you got to power it was different. But this was the same person. They were so quick to criticize Jonathan over insecurity. Do you know the names and the protests that happened? So when you were saying then you were going to fix the problem of insecurity, that Jonathan was clueless, you didn't understand and empathize with what was going through. Now you are now saying that it's because of what you met in power. That's one. Number two, I've been seeing a lot of APC surrogates make a very diabolical argument. And the argument is, rather than ascribe that the president and his administration has failed as regards tackling insecurity in many areas. Some areas they've had successes, I give it to them, but mostly they failed. They are now saying that it is because President Tinubu's re-election is coming and some elements don't want him there. That's why they are making all these insecurity situations and scenarios. If you agree with that argument, can I also ask that, is it because Sheyi Makinde declared for president, that's why they also allowed the kidnapping situation happened in your state? Because if you are saying, oh, it's because of President Tinubu, that's why this is happening, can I also make the argument for somebody in the opposition, Sheyi Makinde, and say, is it because Sheyi Makinde also declared, that's why that is happening?
Okay. Now listen, Rufai, you see, I totally don't agree with those people who say that is the fault of opposition. No, 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 no. There is no. And then if you talk about Shema Kende, did the governor of Zamfara declare for presidency, or did the governor of Kebbi, other governors? No, 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 no. It's not about Makinde or any other person. And I do not subscribe to those members of APC that think that this is work of opposition. It's totally untrue. It's not the work of opposition. I don't believe so. I believe these are criminals, insurgents, and hooligans that we should, meet head on. So we should not politicize this. And I honestly take exception to members of APC. Anybody that comes to say that is opposition, it's not opposition. It is just, they are just, playing politics with it, and which also it should make Nigerians angry because it has got nothing to do with politics. We have criminal elements in our country we have to deal with, so we have to do. We in government, it's our responsibility to make sure we deal with them, and we're doing our best. So that aside, then talking about when we call Jonathan clueless, don't they call Tinubu all sorts of names as well? They do. So it's all part of the gimmicks. When we were in opposition, we had our reasons for calling Jonathan clueless. But that is also true that when you are in government, when you are out of government, there are certain assumptions. And of course, we do studies. There are studies that we do before we come to the office. But I am telling you, some of the studies, you get them wrong. By the time, even if you think you've done it correctly, difference between classroom and practical. What you see in class is different from what you see practically. So that I agree and accept that, look, there are certain assumptions we made. When we came to the office, we found out that, look, these things are far beyond what we expected. So that's why some of the glitches you're seeing in the polity.
So, in essence, what he is trying to tell us is that uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. But then, who are we to hold responsible if the country is falling apart? He is telling us that you would not know what is going on in presidency until you enter there. That from us that are outside, we'll be saying Tinubu did this, Tinubu did that, Tinubu promised us this, Tinubu promised that. Not knowing that when you actually become the president, you will see that some of the things that you promise are not something that you can easily do. That's what he's telling us. And one of those things right now is insecurity. That's the thing that Rufai is asking him about. Insecurity. So does it mean that other countries that have had issues of insecurity and they are able to manage them, how how do they do that, since our own is different? At least he is beginning to he agree with the fact that it is not opposition's problem, because if I ask him, why do you think that because APC people were saying that it is the opposition that are igniting the insecurity in the country, so that it will seem like Tinubu is failing. But it is the same thing that this current APC did while when what's that his name? Goodluck Jonathan was in power. Now he's now saying no matter who is in power, they will still talk bad about him. Oh, so now he know. Anyway, that's for them. Let's get to the insecurity part of the issue, guys. I'm beginning to think that I'm beginning to see that people tend to ignore issues concerning insecurity, because to some people it is getting too much and it's affecting their mental health. The other day I was hearing someone saying that he is now skipping videos that has to do with insecurity in the country because it is affecting her mental health. Guys, I understand, but you see, this is the kind of treatment they want us to give to this issue. Once you treat it as though it does not exist, it does not make it go away. Rather, it will make it become a part of us. It will now make your mind to adapt to it, to see it as a normal thing. Oh, they kidnap for a year. No, 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 no. It's not supposed to be like that. At all, at all. So please, let's keep away that mindset. This is our issue, and we will keep treating it as a big deal until it leaves us. Nigeria does not used to be like this. Nigeria before 2015 does not used to be like, it's now getting worse year by year, administration after administration. It now looks as if it has come to stay. No, 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 no. It will not come to stay. Because is this the country that we are supposed to thrive in? Is this the country that we are supposed to give birth and raise our children to bring our future children into, our future generation into? If we cannot sort it ourselves, what do we now leave for our kids to be born into the world where they can be kidnapped even at the age of 2? Because anytime I keep remembering the fact that a 2-year-old is still inside somewhere in the forest in Oyo State. It breaks my heart. That baby is not supposed to know what insecurity is at that age. I don't know the kind of harsh condition they are being exposed to at that place right now. If not for anything, let's speak for them. Let's keep fighting for them. Please, we should not give up on them. So whether it is to create awareness, to do what, anything it is. Okay, now recently, was not the other day that we are now here, just yesterday, the news broke out that gunmen abduct Ondo traditional ruler, shoot wife in palace attack. Guys, although Ondo is in Yoruba land, this one is not Oyo. Ondo. Ondo. After Ondo, you now enter Shagam, then Lagos. Ondo here. It's not far from Benin. It's not far from Asaba. It's not far from East. Even was it not last week that we also got news that they are now entering Southeast, Southwest. They are spreading. So don't think you are safe anywhere you are. Or is it Lagos? Lagos. The people in Lagos think they are safe. Meanwhile, just last month, what am I even saying? This month now, first week, bandits were arrested where they went to collect a ransom money inside Lagos at Lekki side, Ajah side. Guys, nobody, what does that tell you? Nobody is safe. Okay, now I want you to watch this video. This one happened in Abuja. Abuja, city of excellence. Abuja, capital of Nigeria. This one happened. I don't want to talk much. Just take a look at this video.
Nigerians, the real reason why banditry and terrorism cannot end in this country is now coming out. According to reliable information, citizens, ordinary citizens, are the ones supplying them arms and ammunition. Today, in Abuja Junction, in Kaduna, a man was intercepted. He was carrying gari, that's cassava flakes. He was carrying gari, but it was bullets that were hidden inside. Look at the shameless man. He was caught. Thank God for NDLA for doing their due diligence. This is how they've been doing. You see them, they'll buy oil, they'll put bullets inside. They'll buy goose, they put bullets inside. But NDLA was vigilant enough to catch them today. Kudos to these our security agencies for what they are doing.
So you see, what are we not saying? What are we saying? It is no longer Fulani bandits again. This one, should I call them Hausa bandits? Who are we now to be scared of? We don't even know. Even the people that you think that are normal people are even assisting them. Yes, now they will have assistance. That is what it will continue to face anytime we continue to treat this matter as a lenient matter, or as a matter that we should not even discuss. No. We'll keep talking about it. As long as it still exists, we'll keep talking about it, because nobody is safe. If you say let me ignore it, let me ignore it. In fact, another bad side of ignoring it is that you won't even know when it is happening in your neighborhood. So you have to watch these videos, you have to read that news. No matter how uncomfortable you think it is, you have to read it to know what's going on. It is something that we are bound to face. So let's just face it. Guys, if you're just watching my video for the first time right now, thank you so much. Please, I want you to subscribe to my channel, okay, so that you can always get the happenings around Nigeria on your doorstep. You wouldn't want to start jumping from post to post, from video to video, trying to get news. Once you're subscribed here, you have subscribed to the premium news. I always bring the news to you, summarize it, so that you wouldn't have to be wondering what's going on. You get? I'm here for you. So thank you for watching this video up to this moment. If you have any suggestion, opinion, you can make it known in the comment section respectfully. So I will see you in my next video. Bye.